Buckeye has always been a recharge for me, and I'm missing that recharge in not having experienced the workshop now in 2020 and 2021. So I'm anxious for next year that maybe we can get things rolling again.
What's my one word I would describe Buckeye with? Magical. It is just a unique, and I don't know of any other event on the planet that feels like Buckeye does when you graduated it. People who are alumni of Buckeye Leadership Workshop have almost that level of connection that they do to their universities when they say they're an alumni. It's a really powerful experience.
Do you have any closing comments for everybody?
Can't wait until they can offer a real person, in-person events again, and we can do it again. So I'll look forward to the next time I can come back to Buckeye.
You can feel intimidated by being that new person that comes in. But my first time going, I knew a few people. By the time I went to bed that first night, I knew so many people, and it felt like I had been in this community of people for a whole lot longer than just a few hours. Buckeye folk just have such a welcoming vibe about them, and they envelop you into the fold very, very quickly. And the things that you learn from the people, from the sessions, from the meal times, it's life-changing.
It has been such a delight to me because I'd never directed music before for the most part. So it opened up a whole new world in directing choirs and cantatas for me after that as well. So you can get a whole new world from coming to Buckeye that you didn't even know was out there.
I would just say that it's such a great experience that we miss not being able to attend the workshop last year because of COVID, and because it's such a close-knit community, it just did not seem possible to overcome those challenges. So I think when we're able to safely gather together again, we're going to need it more than ever. So I'm looking forward to reconnecting with everyone, seeing new faces at the experience. I've done my best to bring people to Buckeye from across the United States, and everyone who's experienced the workshop has said very similar to my experience of like, this was one of the greatest things I've ever done.
And even like starting and being there the first night, I was still very hesitant of being there, but it's truly been a life-changing experience. I love BLW. I still like to talk to everyone from there and catch up when I get to see them. And like whenever I try describing BLW, the only way that really fully encapsulated the understanding of what BLW is just going.
It truly does impact my year to not be there, and I'm really looking forward to 2022.
That Buckeye is one of those anomalies. There are people who wait years and years to come to Buckeye, and there are people who have been coming to Buckeye for decades. And the reality is, especially if you're a solo practitioner of your job, so if you're running a small summer camp, or if you find you share an office of one with yourself, and what you need to do is build community and people you can talk to and people you can reach out to if you need help. And that's really what I would say. Buckeye will give you that community and give you people you can bounce ideas off of and potentially make lifelong friendships. So
I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care what your background is. Buckeye will enhance you. It will make you a better person. One of the questions that Ted had presented was, can you have a word that would describe Buckeye? No, you can't describe it in many words. It is an experience that will stick with you the rest of your life. You'll want to go back again and again. You'll want to bring other people. It's just such a enlightening and eye-opening experience. I would recommend it to anybody.
I hope next year we get to have a real Buckeye. It was a real kick in the gut to not have camps last year, and then again to not have it this year. We're still hoping for 4-H camp. I was up with 31 4-H camp counselors last week, and we're planning on having a real camp for Wayne County this year. Keep the Buckeye spirit alive. And one thing I always say, Buckeye's never over. Buckeye's not over. Is every time you use something you've learned at Buckeye, Buckeye continues on. So that's what makes Buckeye what it is using what you learned there and spreading the Buckeye spirit to other people.
I miss you guys. Can't wait till we can see each other again in person. Hang in there and stay in touch.
There are people that you will meet that you would never have met in any other way, but it's that like-minded individuals that are looking for inspiration and development. And if you can take this time, a lot of works even will give you professional development days, and you're able to get paid for coming. I know my work does. Just started this year. We get volunteer hours and professional development days. And so, amazing. But if you can find a way to try this out and to incorporate this into your year, I would say absolutely you won't regret it.
I miss it. I missed the last year and this year, how it's just life throws obstacles out, and it'll come back eventually. So that's what I'm excited for.
Obviously miss everyone. Buckeye puts a song in my heart. You know, I didn't talk much about Song Circle, but that's something that's music's a big deal in my life. And it's a fun place where anybody who wants to sing can, even if you don't believe you can. A lot of voices put together to make a song is a powerful thing. And I think that's what Buckeye leadership is. A lot of us pulling together can make the world a different place.
I love everybody at Buckeye and I miss them so much, and I can't wait until we can see each other again, and I can't wait to meet all the new friends that I'm gonna make. And yeah, I love you guys.
Well, one of the things that my husband Denny said after we came home from Buckeye, he said, this is how human beings can live with each other. This is a culture that exemplifies how people can live together, you know, and we don't see it around us. So it's very inspiring to be able to carry Buckeye within us and try to, instead of keeping Buckeye in a little bubble that we can only visit once a year, we need to think of it as a way that human beings can live with each other and spread it outwards. So that's how I like to think of it.
I would say come to Buckeye. You won't regret it. You'll meet all sorts of people who you may never have met otherwise and are all unique, but at the same time, it's like a family atmosphere the moment you get there. So it's just a really great experience, and it's unlike any camp or retreat you've ever been to before. So it's definitely worth coming to, and hopefully you'll come back again and again and again.
Just that I am ready for pandemic to be over, and I'm ready for March of 2022 so I can have Buckeye hugs and experience the wonderful weather that happens in March in Ohio and sing songs. You scoff at that, but Ohio weather and Florida weather are very different in March. And just sing songs and sit in a jam session and learn things and see those people that are so special to my heart.
Everybody should try at least everything they're comfortable with at least once. And Buckeye is that place to be able to do that. If it's a trust fall, I don't think we do those anymore. I don't know, I haven't taken those courses lately. Or a new arts and crafts thing, or if there's something that you want to share itself. I mean, I don't think you can find a better group of people to try that with, you know?
Hope that we get to see each other in 22, and hopefully some of the people who are missing can get back and all goes well. So
I guess if I had to say something for people that were watching this is
every year it is hard to fit things in your life and in your schedule, especially when you're an adult and you have, or a busy teenager. Some of my teenagers are busier than me by a mile. But it's hard to carve out 5 days, especially with people that you maybe don't know, when you have a hard enough time prioritizing your friends and family already. But what I can tell you is that the energy you walk away from Buckeye with will make the rest of that much easier to manage and embrace.
You know, Buckeye is just a fantastic opportunity. Even if you only can go once, it's worth it. It's worth the lifelong friendships. It's worth the knowledge you gain. And even if you are not one of those touchy-feely, huggy people, that's okay, because you will find something for you at Buckeye. Buckeye has something for everyone.
How do you close out that, huh? I guess the same thing that old Fred Bruni used to say. He says, I really can't tell you what it is that's special about it. You got to experience it. You've got to come to Buckeye and get a little taste and pick up on that disease we call Buckeye-itis. And from that point on, you'll understand why people are so excited about coming to Buckeye and why they always want to come back. And it's an opportunity that we don't all have. And fortunately, we have one of the longest and most active Buckeye workshops, or leadership workshops, recreational workshops in the nation here in Ohio.